Good morning. Hi everyone, welcome to my stream. It's on a Friday morning, a few minutes to noon, 19 apparently like 19 minutes to noon. And yo, how are you? We're almost starting our weekend, so I hope you have good vibes and all that. I'm here thinking about what can I talk about today, and honestly, what came into my mind right now, or maybe a few minutes ago, before I started the stream, is how guys usually um, compare saving into SACCO and maybe compare between SACCO and bank. Which one should you have? Which account? And honestly, to me, both are important, and what matters is it depends with where you're coming from or the reason why you need to open either a SACCO or bank. Okay, so in this stream, I'm going to discuss a few points. I've put them down here, a few points between bank and SACCO, and I've chosen to concentrate on the benefits of having a SACCO account and the benefits of having a bank account. Okay. Sawa. And between the two, maybe someone can come and weigh out and see which one should I open? Should I have bank accounts or SACCO account or even both? Yeah, or even both. So yeah, let me know where you're watching from after joining. So you say hi. Let me know where you're watching from, and also I request for your subscription as well. I'm doing this from the house. And house interruptions. Give me 2 seconds, okay? 2 seconds. I come. Sorry, guys, I'm here. And again, let me know whether you have a SACCO. Do you have a SACCO, a bank, both, or are you planning to open maybe a a SACCO account, a bank account, or when you take your money and you put your money under the mattress. Okay, there is that thing that guys used to do. You put your money under the mattress, do at least ikuwe safe. So let me continue with my point sound. And also, I think I'll start with SACCO. Right now, I think how many SACCOs accounts do you have? Two. I have two, apparently. I have two. One is not active, and the other one is sub-active. By sub-active, I mean the last time that I saved, man, miezi imesonga. Honestly, miezi imesonga. So I have two SACCO accounts, one dormant. The other one iko hapo. Ukitaka ka loan maybe unaweza ambiwa maybe save for like 2-3 months and then you take your loan. Bank, oh my god, bank niko na mingi. Bank I have I think four. One, two, three. Yeah, so I have three bank accounts. Two that are active, one is dormant. I have a story why two are active instead of, yeah, because I'm used of having just one active bank account. And I'll give you my personal story apparently why I prefer having both SACCO and the other one. Although right now nimeegemea sana sana na investments and all that, not like huge investments like MMS. Okay, right now even if I'm having like 10k, which is extra between SACCO and and bank, most of the times I'm finding myself deciding to put them in MMF. So, but that's a story for another day. Right now, I think I'll just talk about a bank and SACCO. And let me know whether you're having a bank, whether you're having a SACCO, whether you have both, okay? And if you're planning to have, okay, if you're like me, you have more than one bank account or one SACCO account, You can comment there and let me know. So let me go direct to my the points I had written them down. Oh my god. Okay. Let me check. Okay. Um, I start with the SACCO benefits of having a SACCO account. Where did I put my? Oh, savings become more intentional. Yeah, there is a discipline that saving in a circle usually gives you. There was a time I used to work in a circle, and one of the requirements or the one of the necessities that you're supposed to do is saving 1,000 okay Kenyan shillings, not dollars, 1,000 Kenya shillings each and every month. That one you hate to. That is the least amount that you're expected to be saving for your account to be active. And that shows you in each and every month you're reminded you need to save. It gives you a certain discipline when it comes to saving. Yeah. So if you want to be intentional in saving, or maybe to ensure that each and every time, maybe periodically you're putting your money somewhere, just go and open a SACCO account. You'll find yourself you're very intentional because you have you'll you'll be taken through a structured contributions. Yeah, that in case you want to take a loan, you need to save until maybe, let's say, I think most of the circles that I know, they usually tell you save at least for, is it 3 to 6 months, so that now you can qualify to get a loan. Okay, I think it's 6 months, and then your account must be active for at least 3 months. So saving in a circle, it makes you become intentional on your savings journey. The other point for saving or having a SACCO account, you can access credit based on your membership or savings. Unlike most of the banks when it comes to SACCO, although I didn't want to compare between bank and SACCO, because today I want to talk about both. Having both accounts, having both a bank account and savings accounts. When it comes to your SACCO account, you'll get your credit is based with the membership or maybe the savings that you have. Okay, I know when it comes to SACCO, you're supposed to have a certain number of shares for you to be a full member, shareholding and all that. And also there's some SACCO that have front office, the first thing, and also your savings. But now you check, there is those SACCOs that usually give you a number of times, they multiply your savings with the number of times with what you have saved. Maybe let's say maybe twice your savings, or 3 years, thrice your saving, 3 times your saving. So when you need your credit, you can't go to a bank. I don't know. I've never worked in a bank or maybe taken a loan using my bank account, but I would like to know. Oh, I've ever once, but I've given a percentage of my savings. I would like to know the maximum number of times like your bank can multiply your savings or the money you've put there, or what do they use, or I'd like to know the criteria they usually use. Okay, I know I can get it online, but maybe if you're there and you're watching and you know maybe how banks operate, or maybe when you want to take like a huge amount of loan and all that, because for SACCO I know you can be given like twice your savings or 3 times your savings and all that. Or maybe when you're taking and depending with your collateral, or maybe they're buying an asset for you. Yeah, okay. Let me, because I don't have all that knowledge, let me talk about the access credit based on your savings. Maybe you can get like 3 times your, that one I'm sure about because I've ever gotten that, your savings and all that. Yeah. Another point, I did 5-5 for bank and for SACCO. Another point, you can build long-term wealth through member ownership. Yeah, because unlike normal bank customer relationships, SACCO members are generally members owners. For what I mean by fees, I know most of us tunajuanga when you close a year, the following year, maybe you're being given from Jan to which month? Watu wa sako hapo. Which month are you supposed to, the latest month you're supposed to have an AGM, and by there, your dividends are declared and all that. That means you own the circle. That's why you're getting a percentage of the profit that you made the previous year. That's you're getting it. You become a member, you become members are the owners of the circle. So once you open your account in a certain circle, jua hiyo circle ni yako. Okay, by that I mean when decisions are being made, maybe kuchagua board and all that, you know, appointing an auditor and all that, SACCO become you become an owner of that SACCO. Number four, you join, you say hi, and you subscribe as well, guys. SACCOs are very useful for specific financial goals. Is it an emergency fund? You can do that. Although nowadays I know most of the guys they're using MMF for when they're building the emergency account and all that. But also for SACCO, there are some SACCOs that you can. They usually offer even the emergency loan. The number of you see the length of processing your loan comparing with the normal type of loan. Emergency loan inatokanga haraka sana. So when you're opening a SACCO and you want maybe to access your money or maybe emergency fund and all that, that's one of the benefits that you can get. If you want maybe to put a certain goal, like you need to get assets like a car and all that, lakini unajua most of the time, okay, away from this now, I digress kidogo. Huwa najiuliza, I know a car is an asset, but does it stand to be a liability immediately you buy it because it keeps losing value and all that? Okay. Or am I overthinking? Because each and every time, it's not like land where it keeps appreciating and all that. The moment you buy a car, you count it like ishaanza to lose value. You can sell it the same way. It's not like on a land where you utauza na bei ya juu anyway. Away from that, if you want to be accessing things like emergency loan and all that, you can open a SACCO. Talking of things that I've seen, talking of things that I've experienced, and that's why I said I'm not here to compare about take a SACCO or take a bank. No, I'm talking about benefits of both. So those are four for SACCO, and the last one for SACCO that I wrote, okay, maybe can't apply to everyone depending with maybe your goals and all that. SACCO gives you access to a financial community, like maybe education, investment opportunities. Like if you take a group of people and you open a SACCO account, you can maybe, I know kuna chamas zinaitwangwa hivyo. When it comes to SACCO, there is, oh wait, I told you there was a time I used to work in one SACCO. I've worked in two different circles. I just remember there was another circle I was in Chama's department where we used to go and talk to groups and advise them to join because these are the benefits that you can get if you save as a group. Itakuwa rahisi sana for you to grow each other. You can buy a land, maybe you can start a construction somewhere as a group. The circle can finance you and all that. So nikiandika hapa you can access our financial community. It means those groups enye munashikana, you grow each other. Okay, you take a certain goal mkiwa yote, because most of the times unapatanga when you're saving ukiwa peke yako, achieving something like you save until you get enough amount to go buy a land, and then now you start kujenga and all that, building or having a construction and all that. It's sometimes it's very tricky and it's very hard, or might not be that hard, but it will take you longer than when you're doing it with a chama, with your group and all that. So I remember the most recent circle that I used to work on. Used to go and talk to chamas, the groups, and most of them zilikuwa za either watu wa boda or wamama hivyo. Tenda tuna advise you can take this type of loan after maybe saving for like 3 to 6 months, and then you start now growing yourself. You know, you'll continue now servicing your loans and all that. So those financial communities, because you might find most of them you won't get them in banks, but in SACCO you'll get them easily. You'll get them. So those are five when it comes to SACCO. And I don't know whether there is any other benefit. Okay, a lot. I know there are a lot of benefits you can find in SACCO and all that. But also it depends with why do you want to have an account in SACCO and not maybe an MMF account or bank account and all that. Of course, when you're going to open, you can't just open an account blindly or all that. Ama ati acha nikange pesa hapa, and I know most of the people when you're going to a SACCO to open, lazima ukuwe na maybe something in your mind of what led you. Maybe a friend told you open because of maybe dividend, tunapeangwa na 16%, or yeah, I don't know how many SACCOs that usually gives people with 16% of dividend. And maybe someone told you rate ya loan iko chini and all that. Of course, comparing with, that's another benefit having a SACCO account. When you want to take a loan, most of the SACCOs, their interest rate when it comes to loan, it's way much down. Okay, yeah, it's way much down. So you might find you have your own reasons why you want to open a SACCO account. Yeah, and that depends with individual. We go to bank. Today we are taking benefits in both SACCO and in bank, both of them. For bank, it's very easy carrying out your everyday transactions. Yeah, by this I mean, look, I know most of the employers, they usually take a bank. They usually go with you paying you through a bank rather than a SACCO account. And now juu watu wengi hata unapatanga if you're very fresh from campo, but I know nowadays even the campus guys, you have to open because of help and all that, open a bank account. But maybe in nowadays, those days tukisoma ulikuwa unapata like it's until you get employed, that's when you'll open a bank account. And it's very rare for you to find an employer telling you go and bring your SACCO account, he'll pay you through a SACCO account, unless maybe you request, or watu wa majani. Because I know in the circle that I used to work in, ilikuwanga pia we had branches, the HQ ilikuwa place ya farmers and all that. Yeah. And you would find most of the guys there walikuwa wanalipwa using those circle. I think that is something yenye wanashikananga, wanaambiwa maybe you've employed in this institution na unafanya place yenye kama, for instance, side ya Githunguri, where there are a lot of farmers wa ng'ombe and all that, dairy farmers. Unapatanga ukiambiwa Githunguri kuna, if guys you know, if you know where Githunguri is located, there are a lot of dairy farmers there. Na kuna a lot of SACCOs zenye huwa zina support those dairy farmers. So you might find most of the guys there, ukiajiriwa, you're being told go and bring, for instance, maybe this dairy community blah 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 SACCO account, he'll be paying you through there. Or maybe you might find you're employed and also you're having your cattle, so you're taking milk to that SACCO, so you can be told bring that SACCO account, will be paying you. But generally, like 90% of employers, they request for the bank account. So when you're transacting and all that, you'll find like carrying out your everyday transactions, you'll use your bank account. Okay. Also, everyday transactions like debit card, mobile banking, standing orders, you know, it most of them, they usually happens in bank account when you're having a bank account. I think this one is connected with the first one because the second one I wrote, you have better access to digital payments, because online payment, the bank transfers and bank digital banking services, even using the apps and all that. You find most of the banks, even if I know right now SACCOs wako na hizo mambo ya kufungua the apps and all that, most of the banks, they have the apps. And it's very rare, unless it's something serious that have taken you to the bank, the banking hall, you are able to carry out the transactions using your phone and all that. So unaweza pata maybe you're very busy, or maybe you're operating a business where you want maybe to be receiving payments through that, and you doing payment, receiving income and you doing payment using the apps. And most of the guys usually go for banks instead of SACCO. So access to different types of loans, yeah, asset finance, mortgages, because honestly, we know banks deal with zinapeana mortgages. You can be given even 10 years to pay, more than 10 years to pay your mortgage. When it comes to SACCO, I think ile loan refu sana nishaisikia SACCO ikipeana. In the two SACCOs that I've worked in, and also yenye, because I have a different account with a different account na different SACCO, yenye nishaisikia mingi wakipeana ni 72 months. Sijaisikia SACCO imefikisha place it's giving you maybe a loan to pay with 10 years, honestly. So you might find like if you want to take a mortgage, or you'll find yourself opening a bank account and all that. If you're there, maybe you're working in a SACCO and you know kuna SACCO maybe ama SACCO yako inapeananga like for 10 years, or you've ever gotten a loan and you repaid it using like repayment period was 10 years, maybe you can let me know. But as far as I know right now, I've never. So maybe you might find yourself ukiegemea kufungua bank account rather than now the SACCO. You see, that's another benefit that you can get the other side. It's a good place for short-term money and management. Yeah, for instance, the salary, where I said, paying your bills and all that, maybe rent, because most of the time you find yourself maybe unalipo ikiingia tu kwa bank, you use your mobile app, landlord anapata zake, electricity KPLC unaisort, the water bill and all the utilities you use. So using the phone. So it's very easy operating using the bank. Because unapatanga, apart from the SACCOs zenye ziko na front office, most of the SACCOs, because nowadays I think a few years ago they walianza to have the front office services, the FOSA. Most of them wako na back office pekee. Where when you save, if you want to withdraw, you have to give a notice where unaweza ambiwa you have to wait for like 90 working days for you to access your money or for you to receive your money back. So when it comes to like short-term things, or when you need access of your money, if for instance the circle you're saving with doesn't have the front office services, going to the bank is the best way to do. Okay. And the last one, those are four. Yeah. That was so fast. And the last one that I wrote, it helps you build a formal financial record. By this, the thought that the thought that came into my mind when I was writing this point down, ni juu napatanga most of the time. Okay, apparently, my last employer, I used to work in a study abroad company, and although in the finance department, but ulikuwa unapata, because of course you'll go to the visa department usikize venye anaambia clients and all that and the advisors. Kwa visa department it's very hard usikie mtu akikwambia enda kwa sako yako uniletee records ya maybe these durations and all that. Most of the times you used to deal with banks, unaambiwa I need to see your bank account, maybe your financial records, maybe for the last like 28 days or maybe for the last like 3 months and all that. Unapatanga banks ndizo huwa zinatumika sana like a formal way of showing your financial records. Although, yeah, correct me, I know even SACCOs can be used, but we get used to, if you see like maybe Equity Bank, okay, na ka another SACCO yenye iko na hapa Kimende, Equity Bank will be noticed very fast and you'll be recognized very fast when you're using its records to transact it and all that. Okay. So yeah, I think I wrote only those down, 5 of them. I don't know whether there is anything else that can be added and all that. But as far as I'm concerned, both the bank account and SACCO account are important. But it depends with, you can be having both. You can be having both and find yourself maybe umeegemea like maybe your SACCO account is very active. It's much active than the bank account. Depending, maybe you have a certain goal and you may wake up, by the time I'm hitting December, I want to save maybe a certain this amount of money so that maybe I can take a loan or maybe I can go for a certain vacation or I can do this. Okay. Also, you can open your bank account and decide maybe I want maybe to fix this amount of money for the next like 90 days and maybe I'll get an interest of this amount. Also, unapatanga most of the banks, there are some services that you interact nazo, like maybe buying treasury bills and all that. Na unapatanga most of the banks huwa zinakusaidia in a very fast way, opening the account with the government and fixing your money. And I don't know, okay, I've never encountered a SACCO that is giving such services. Again, maybe we have SACCOs in Kenya helping you in such services, but right now mi najuanga two banks zenye huwa zinakusaidia, zinakufungulia account and then they help you in such services. So to me, if I'm asked between bank and SACCO, have both. But it also depends with the reason why you want to have an account. For saving, okay. If you want to get a loan, okay. After do right now, between SACCO and bank, zote nimeziweka like hivi. Okay? Bank yangu most of the cash inaingianga kama imetoka. But unapatanga, when I'm giving out services, I'm giving out my bank account to receive the payments, okay? But hazikaangi hapo sana. Cause sina plans ya do kukaa hapo. But it's very hard for me to give out my SACCO account ati mnilipe na hii. You see? So zinaingia kwa bank, zinatoka. If there's some payments I need to make, zote nalipa. If I need to put them in MMF where high possibility, that's where they'll go. You just transact direct to that. Okay, so you see, you need that bank account, you need that loan account, and also some things like MMF to invest and all that. You do need wadau. How many minutes down? 25 minutes down. So I think that is all what I needed to talk about today. Unless there is any contribution, anything, as I request you guys, if you have enjoyed that talk. It's not a conversation because who have said hi? No one yet. But of course, I can see that you guys watching. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, please go there and subscribe to my channel. Okay. Yeah, I request for your subscription and all that. Also, you can go and watch. There are a few videos that I did about finance and all that. You can go and watch. I have a lot of live streams started a few days ago. Yeah, those ones are about my life and all that in general. But if you're interested to listen about finances and all that, I have a few videos that I did there. I think last year in my channel. You can go and watch. So just for basic knowledge, I'm not a certified financial coach, but I have a very huge interest when it comes to money matters. So yeah, maybe one day I'll be certified. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll be certified. Yeah, but for now, it's just sharing my mind out. Okay, can I say see you tomorrow, guys? Yeah, yeah, see you tomorrow. Thank you for keeping me company. Yeah, sawa sawa.